Hi there, I'm Tisha Oman over at Paradux Media Group, and I wanted to take a minute today to show you how to find a photograph that you have the legal right to be able to use on your website and add that to your website. Photographs look great on sites. They certainly keep it visually interesting and they make people read your content and provide context. So it's always a good thing to add a photograph to every post or page that you're making. So I happen to be writing a post here that's called Rubber Ducky You're the One, and you can see that it has the lyrics to the Ernie's song in it. So what I need is a picture of Rubber Ducky to go right along with this post. And so in order to find one that I have the legal right to be able to use, I'm going to come over here to Flickr, and you can see it's flikr.com, and come up here to my search box, and I'm going to search for Rubber Ducky. And it's going to bring back all of the images of Rubber Ducky that exist in the Flickr database. But not all of these images are ones that I have the right to be able to use on my business website. So I'm going to come over here to Advanced Search. You can see I now have that option. It did not exist a minute ago. And I'm going to scroll down to the bottom of the Advanced Search box, and I'm going to look for this Creative Commons section. And I'm going to check the first box that says only search within Creative Commons licensed content. So I only want it to show me Creative Commons licensed content or items that I can use on my website. Now my website is also a commercial or business website, so I need to check this second box that says find content to use commercially. This third box, I would check if I was intending to modify the image in some way, adding words over it, making it part of a montage, or fundamentally changing the image in some way. I don't intend to do that, so I don't need to restrict my search on that at this time. And then you just press the search button, and what comes back this time are images that are available on the Creative Commons license. In other words, these are images that you can use on your website. And so you find one that you like. This one's pretty cute, and you click it. And when it comes up, it'll show you the image. Now I want to click this More Ways to Share button. That's this box with an arrow on it. And what I'm looking for is this HTML BB code right here. And now it's going to ask me to pick what size of a picture I want for it to be. And I'm going to pick small, 320. Generally speaking, 300 pixels is equivalent to your medium-size image, which, as you know, is the right size to put on most blogs. And then I'm just going to come over here, I'm going to right-click on this content, and I'm going to click Copy. That's all there is to it, so now it's on my clipboard. And I'm going to go back to my website, and I'm going to put my cursor vertically where I want this image to go. Now what I just copied is a bunch of HTML code, and what I'm looking at is a visual editor. So those two things are not going to blend nicely. So what I'm going to do is come over here. I've got up here, I've got my visual tab and I've got my text tab. Text is the same thing as HTML. So we're going to go ahead and click text, and it's going to take me to a much scarier looking screen, but I can still sort of see where things are. And so I put my cursor where I want to have that that image go, and then I'm going to right click and I'm going to click paste, and it's going to paste in that text that I just copied off of the Flickr website. Now in order to see what I've done, I'm just going to come over here and I'm going to click visual, and you can see that I now have the image here, although I really wish that it was doing something besides sitting here at the beginning of my sentence causing all kinds of problems. So I'm just going to click on the image once, and then I'm going to click on this little edit image button, and I'm going to tell it that I want it to be right aligned. So you can see that's the image here on the right side, text wrapping around it. That's the way I would prefer to have it. And I'm just going to go ahead and click update. And now I have my image and I have it wrapping around my text the way that I want it to be. And that's a perfectly legal, perfectly appropriate way to put an image on the website. But it is a few steps and it's a little complicated. There are easier ways though, that's the good news. So if you didn't want that image, you just go ahead and click it and then click the red box to make it go away. Now, if you want the easier way, you're going to need to install a plugin called ZManta, and I'll go ahead and show you how to find it here in a minute, but let me show you what it does. It adds this content recommendations box up here at the top. And you can see that one of the options that it gives you is a media gallery. And all of these images are Creative Commons licensed images that you can install on your website as long as the links come back appropriately. So you just find one that you like. Look, there's the image that I just found on Flickr. I'm going to click this box once, and you'll see that it inserted it into my blog post with the photo credit appropriate, and it's already right aligned because that's how my content recommendations from ZManta are set up. Then all I would do is come over here and find my publish box and click publish, and it will go live to my website. Now, if you don't have ZManta currently loaded on your website, to find it, you're going to come over here to plugins and add new. And when you do, you're going to come up to the search box and you're going to type ZManta, and it's Z-E-M-A-N-T-A. And you're going to click search, and it will come back and it will say a bunch of different things, but you're looking for this editorial assistant by ZManta. And you'll go ahead and click install now. It'll ask if you're sure. You say yes, I am. And go ahead and install it and activate your plugin. Now, the one thing that you're going to want to be positive that you do is that you're signed into ZManta. So to do that, you go back to your posts and you add your new post, and you're going to see here content recommendations will now be available to you. It does like to have text first though, and when it does, you'll see that there's this preferences section here. Go ahead and click on that, because what you want is to set your preferences for ZManta, because if you don't, you're going to end up with a whole bunch of credit to ZManta visually that you're not necessarily interested in having, I'm pretty sure. So go ahead and click on preferences, create an account or log in if you have one, and what you want to come over here is and look at preferences specifically. And my website's lagging just a minute here. And what I want is to look at the way that it looks specifically. So I want my image positions usually to be on the right. That's just better for reading purposes. People tend to like right aligned images more. That's how that image automatically popped in for me on the right hand side. And then you do have to give ZManta back credit for the work that they're doing on your website, and that's only fair. But I like to give it invisibly. In other words, I don't want to have these images on the bottom of all of my blog posts. So I choose invisible, and then I click save. And then you can choose, if links always open in a window, which generally speaking you want to have happen. And then you can choose XML or how things get linked with a nofollow. When you're done with all of that, you just click save, and you are set. You can go ahead and close your ZManta pop-up box, and it is now ready to roll and ready to help you put images on your website. That's it. That's all there is. I hope that's been helpful and useful for you, and I hope to see new images going on your website shortly. In the meantime, have a wonderful day, and we'll talk to you again soon. This has been Tisha Oman over at Paradux Media Group. Take care. Bye-bye.